Good morning, happy Saturday, everybody. Hope all your dreams are coming true and all that happy horse shit. It is I, Hungar, the Starvarian. You know him, you love him, you want to hang out with him. Well, here's your chance on a rando Saturday chill stream. I sent out a couple of invites. Let's see if anybody wants to join me. Well, let's see if anybody even, comes on and watches. Which it don't matter if they do or not. I do this for me and everybody else because I'm a giver. I'm that I'm that kind of guy. Um, at our Palladium game Thursday, it was freaking awesome sauce. I'm really enjoying the game. The players in the game are fantastic. Cody is a great GM. Really digging what he's doing. Always leaving us on a cliffhanger, man. Always leaving us on a cliffhanger, which is fun. It gives us a lot to look forward to. Now, from what I understand, it's a, we're playing the game every other week, but because one of the players has to go out of town for, I think he said a wedding or something like that. Next week, we're actually going to play the game. So we played this week. We're playing next week. And then it's going to be every other week after that because the next time that we're going to be playing, one of the players will be out of town. Hey, Curtis, how are you doing, buddy? I am doing great. Thank you for stopping in. Have fun at a wedding. Yeah, I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for always asking. Looky here, looky here.
I'm doing laundry, sir, so I won't be able to be super focused on you at the same time. But hello.
You can't throw clothes in the washing machine and just come hang out.
Well, I thought it'd be better to come hang out than mute myself and go throw my stuff in the washing machine, but I got to go gather it all up. You know, some of us Saturdays are the days we do crazy shit.
Well, you said you weren't doing anything but chilling out and doing laundry, so I
That's
decided to
doing
come
so.
stream.
What's unemployed life like? Is it fun? Is it great not
Um,
having a full time job? Because
no,
motherfucker,
it sucks so much.
it does. But at the same time, do you remember when you did have a job?
I loved it.
When you pushed all your shit into Saturday and Sunday because those are the only days you didn't have to go to fucking work. You know what I mean?
No,
Oh, no,
I
your
work
woman does your laundry. That's right.
I work 10 hours a day, 7 days a week when I work.
Well, that was when you were driving. That's different.
It's
That's a
still
completely
work.
different. Yeah, no, absolutely, but it's a completely different beast, right? Because your life
Yeah,
is more open, which is
yeah.
cool.
I sent an invite to Gaming with ADHD. I can't believe that me and him were not friends on Discord.
OMG, what did you do?
I don't know. I don't know if he loves me anymore.
Yeah, that's you're gonna lose power in that bullet real soon because you use it on all of us. And
Well, that's the only shot I've got.
we'll get some more shots, brother. Fill up that ammo box.
Uh,
Where's your sidekick, Justin?
I probably sleep or something. I don't know.
It is 11 in the morning on a
It is
Saturday.
11 in the morning. I got up at frickin' 7 for some stupid reason.
The cats woke me up at 5:30. I kicked them out of the room, went back to sleep till 6:30, and then got up.
That's what your cats do. They wake you up.
Well, because 5:30 is when I get up for work on the 5 days a week, so that's like roughly food time for them now. So
Oh,
if I'm not awake by 5:30, wow, something's
when
gone wrong.
when I did real estate, when I worked in real estate when I was younger, I'd get up at 5:30 in the morning because I wanted to wake up. I wanted to make sure that my shirt was ironed and make sure that my suit was good and pick the tie I was going to wear because I had like 300 and something ties.
Oh yeah,
So I'd have to pick the tie that I was going to wear. I never like to wear the same tie.
fair. All right, hold that thought. I got to throw stuff in the washing. I'll be right back.
Awesome. So yeah, the Palladium game is going really, really good. Oh, look at this! Look at this, Saxus. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, thanks. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Did Bear send you the link?
Yes.
Awesome. He's good for something every once in a while.
He does his contributions, and he's very good.
Yeah, he is. The game that he's running, I'm having a lot of fun in that, and the game that we're playing in together
Mm,
is just spectacular.
that's
You
great.
know,
Yeah, no,
Uh,
I've been seeing some of it, and yeah, no, it looks like everyone's getting immersed into it, and everyone's throwing themselves into their characters, which is awesome. It's the ideal
uh,
kind of thing you want as a game.
yeah, I've always been a in character player. I've always
Mm.
been a big. I mean, every once in a while, I have to crack a joke when something really makes me laugh or something. But I've always been a firm believer that if you're going to play in a game, if somebody's going to run a game and have you play in it, invite you to play in it, you need to give it the attention that it deserves. Because if
Yeah,
they're taking time out of their day and to run a game and invite you into it, you have to respect that because we don't have unlimited time.
oh, definitely.
So if somebody's willing to waste their time to entertain me and entertain themselves, because as a GM, also it is fun to run games. But I want to give it everything my 100% attention.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good though. Like that's excellent though, and I completely agree. It's valuable time. I mean, we've got a finite amount of that, and it's also why it's important, for the DM and the players to understand what the point of the game, of the themes, and what it is that people want out of it, so that no one feels like, oh, okay, I'm going to be wasting my time,
Yeah,
getting
nobody
any fun.
wants to feel like that.
Exactly, and that's at least me as a DM. That's why I try to, as early on, explain to the players, what I'm like as a DM and where I want the campaign to go, so that they can turn around and say, like, you know what, sounds like fun, just not my cup of tea, and I'll move on to somewhere else. More power to them. And I do hope that more players will do that as well, where they will turn around and say, like, listen, I want to listen, I want to hear what you as a DM is like, so that I don't waste your time with, coming in and taking up a potential seat.
That
That's
somebody else would enjoy more.
exactly, and it's really important. I mean, yeah, I don't. There's been a few games where I've been invited into, but I know that my, Monday to Friday, my time is just, it's difficult for me to have any time on the weekdays. So I automatically say no, just purely because like my attendance will be abysmal. And if the game's going to be serious, then you need someone that can commit. And I know that Monday to Friday, I just can't commit. So,
I've been invited into some games and I've sat in on them, and it hasn't happened recently. But hey, dude, Scotch, I have been invited into some games, and after like one or two sessions, I just had to let everybody know, like, hey, listen, I can't make game. I've got stuff going on, and a lot of times, it wasn't that I had stuff going on; it just wasn't my cup of tea.
yeah, and that's
And
perfectly fine.
some DMs you just don't like the way they run a game, or sometimes it's a combination of the GMs and the players.
Hmm.
Um, and for a while, I was having a hard time wanting to commit to a game because of everything that's going on with me. But I said, to hell with it. I play in the hospital if I have to. I take my laptop there with me anyway. So they ain't got an issue with, me sitting in a hospital bed playing a freaking role playing game. I ain't got an issue with it.
Mm. Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That's good. Otherwise, outside of that, like, how are things for you, gaming wise? Having fun? Anything
Oh,
specific that's sort of standing out?
I'm having a blast. Both of the Palladium games that I'm involved in are really, really good. I'm just
Mm.
having a blast with those. And then my brother is running a Warhammer Fantasy role playing game. And we're getting ready to get into some really hairy situation.
Mm.
And I'm having a lot of fun in that too.
That's good.
Yeah, we're getting ready to go into the sewers, and there's a plague going on in the town. And all the cats have disappeared. And since I'm a Warhammer fanboy,
Yeah.
I know what it is. I know it's Skaven. There's a
Oh
lot
god,
of
yeah.
rats running around. There's no cats.
That's good though. That's good. You're gonna be in their territory, Hunger. You're
Yes,
gonna
I
be in their
know.
backyard.
And I've already and my character has already ran into them. Like right after we started the game, we ran into some Skaven. So I know that they
Just
exist.
remember, go on. I was just gonna say, like, just remember, the Skaven is just misinformation spread by anti-imperial propagandists.
Yeah, they don't exist.
Exactly. What you saw was something else.
Yeah, we were talking about it at the table, and a couple of the other players, they've seen them. And I said right there at the bar, I was like, listen, they do not exist. There's no such thing as ratmen. You know,
I love that.
yeah,
I
because
love it.
they don't exist.
Oh,
Frickin', yeah.
I am good for things, by the way. I am useful sometimes. I heard that.
That's good. That's good, Bad. But you need to know that. You need that positive reinforcement. You are a good person.
You are a great person, dude.
Thank you. Let's not turn this into a therapy session, please, John.
I was saying how much fun I'm having playing in a game that you're running and playing in a game with you.
I thank you, and I appreciate that. I'm trying to find a night. Sorry, I'm doing some mid-journey art at the same time. I'm trying to find a way to get this guy in a game, and his schedule is so garbage.
He can't do anything except on the weekends, man.
Exactly.
And his weekends are full already.
Weekend solid. That's the problem.
Yeah, I've like already booked myself like full on all my weekends, which is that's the workaholic of me. Is like I can't have free time. Like let me just use today. Like I woke up at like 7:30. I'm like, okay, I gotta go and do things. Well, let's get the laundry out of the way. Let's go and clean the house. Let's go and do this. Let's go and do that. Like I just can't. Like I need to feel.
We call that an A-type personality.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
I would love to be in a game with Saxon.
Oh, dude, you're playing in my campaign. You've heard about the Sea Kings of Dine. This is Saxus's people in my world, and I want to hear that accent saying these names and bringing all that goodness to the world, because I think Sax would do it so fucking well. Hi, Curtis.
I was going to invite Curtis, but he said he's got to get ready for a wedding and couldn't hang out.
Well, apparently he changed his mind.
Well, I gotta wait till my brother gets to the hotel so he can drive me up to the wedding place, because I'm apparently the DJ. Bless his soul.
Out?
I found out yesterday during the rehearsal. He was like, "Yeah, I need you to do the music for this wedding." I was like, "I'm sorry, excuse me. I thought I was going on this trip to be lazy."
Dude, you gotta play Ghetto Boys. Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. As like the
no, I've been specifically told I'm not allowed to play music like that.
The two weddings I've been to.
He was very specific about that point.
The two weddings I've been to, the YMCA and Magdalena both showed up, and people went wild.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah.
And the chicken dance is really big over here.
Chicken dances are really good. If you really want to have fun, put on Poker Face and watch all the old women dance to a song about lesbianism and not realize what the fuck they're dancing to. It's hilarious.
Now, if you really want to be fun, do that. She had them apple bottom jeans.
Oh no! See, here's the problem, Hungar. You are blunt. I am proposing subtle. I know you don't understand subtle, but
you know all the girls will be out
dirty
there.
Shit without saying the dirty shit. Like,
but you know all the girls are going to be out there freaking getting low and shit.
Maybe not. You don't know what his family is like. You don't know what this world is like. They could be like super fucking Mormons for all you know. You don't know, Hungar. Jeez, try
They
and ask.
they are very Christian. They are very Christian.
I'm very Christian too. What's the point?
Dear God. You are so not.
I was training to be a priest when I was in my 20s.
And then you gave that shit up, didn't you? And you just decided, fuck it, what's the other side taste like?
No, they thought I had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, so it wasn't a very good.
Hungar, you're an agent of chaos, and you are everything the Church of Satan
No, bad bear.
No, I didn't say Satanism. I said the Church of Satan. If you were to read the Church of Satan's doctrine, you'd be like, don't hurt anybody, do what you will, be a good person, enjoy yourself.
At least I didn't go a doodle squatch route and say play Marilyn Manson's Time for Cake and Sodomy.
Oh my God. Sorry I dragged you into this, Curtis.
Right.
My apologies.
Well,
No,
Curtis, have you prepared a little bit of a playlist, Curtis?
Oh, he's already got a playlist waiting for me, supposedly. He's like, oh, yeah, I'll send you the playlist and everything. And it's like, so why am I doing this if you already have everything set up? And he's like, oh, well, I just need you to fade the music in and out. And it's like, you need me to literally turn the volume down for 3 songs, and that's it. Like,
who is this person that you're doing this for?
It's my brother.
Is it his wedding?
My younger brother. Yeah.
Make your mark on his wedding, sir. Throw that
No, I'm not
playlist in the garbage and play the songs that you want to play.
Yeah.
Family, man. You're the only people you can fuck with and get away with it. I'm just saying.
Do it.
And at least for my wedding, my wife, when she was making, she was talking to a DJ, basically went like, these are songs I don't want to listen to, and you're not allowed to take any requests from my husband. I was just like, yep, fair enough. Because I will go up there like, I would like to listen to metal. And I was just like, it's a wedding, sir. Please contain thyself. Like,
yeah, but I still want to hear Rammstein do Hast.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's just
awesome.
This is apparently very, very important to my brother, and he's made a lot of work in befriending the bride's family and whatnot. So I don't want to like cast a bad impression of myself and through extension through him, if that makes sense.
It does make sense.
Family? Have you met the bride's family?
Yeah, they're very nice. They're very, very prim and proper, though.
Oh, okay.
No cursing whatsoever.
Don't bring no fun to this day, buddy.
Yeah.
Damn. See, that's where I would totally go off.
See, you can hear the happiness in Hungar's voice. It's just like, oh, it's that friend of like, the moment he sees like, these are the parameters, the social faux pas you shall not break. It's like a small dwarf just like pushing his way in there. I must do this. You can't stop
break them.
Exactly, with half the party just standing there holding him back with him like, no, I'm shaving my head, going full Slayer style. That's
right. Dye that shit orange, bitches.
Hungar would show up with his face painted up like a combination of like, I don't know, Slipknot and the Ultimate Warrior. You know what I mean? And he'd just be like, all right, let's party. And everyone would be like, all these poor Christian grandmas would just be like, oh, the devil is with us.
Suck it out my titties like you wanted me. I'm a horrible person.
You're not
but
a
I have
horrible
fun.
person. You're an agent of chaos.
You bring fun. Yeah, exactly.
We were at their house. We were at their house yesterday or last night after dinner, and like the social occasion was, well, we're gonna play games with the family, with both families on that night. And it's like, okay, what games are we playing? Well, we've got Trivial Pursuit, Buzzword, and there was one other board game. And it's like, this is literally the most sanitized game party I've ever been to.
And then you said, hey, anybody have Pop-O-Matic trouble? And they were like, shut your evil mouth, sinner.
I would have showed up with Cards Against Humanities.
See, Hungar, see? You see? Do you
I was like, let's play this.
That thought you just had that ran out of your mouth and connected to what we were talking about and see if there's connective tissue between the two, that you are an agent of chaos.
Funnily enough, though, on Hungar's notes, during one of the family Christmases, I did introduce Cards Against Humanity to my family. It went wild. And I'm very glad that most of them had a sense of humor or were able to turn around and be like, okay, well, doing this because we need to score as many points and be as horrible as possible.
I'm sure they have a
Yeah,
sense of
yeah,
humor
yeah.
too. It just comes out of oh my god, what was that one black and white show that played all the time? Freaking
Leave it
it's
to
like
Beaver.
it's like a police office. It's like a police officer guy and his happy-go-lucky family. Oh my god, why can't I remember the name of it now? I'm sorry, I'm being dumb.
Andy Griffith.
Andy Griffith Show. Like they have a sense of humor. It just comes out of the Andy Griffith Show, and it's like, oh my god, I really did step into the 1960s, didn't I?
50s.
My niece got. We were playing Cards Against Humanities once, and she got my mom to. So my mom's a very proper lady, and she. Oh my god, she won the freaking game because she was just brutal. And I just couldn't imagine this shit. And it's just like, wow, mom, come on. Hey, I sent you a link, you nerd.
I lost Cards Against Humanity because I was making better jokes than the cards. And while everybody was going, you're way funnier than these cards, I still lost the game because I wasn't doing the game anymore. I'm like, because I pull and I go, that's stupid. I would have said this. And I just, bleh, and then it was more fun. And then as we got drunk, we forgot about the cards and we just talked shit for a couple hours.
Yeah, but that's the whole point.
They used to always play because I'm ugly and nobody loves me against me. And I'd be like, wow. Or I smell like cat pee against me. But my favorite card.
Like cat pee?
No.
Oh, okay.
But my favorite card is two midgets shitting in a bucket. Or pooping on a laptop and closing it. I love those cards. Or just the one.
Whose channel are we on again? Like, do we have to worry about yours?
No, we're on my
Hungar.
channel.
This is Hungar's channel. Say whatever you want, man.
Okay, I was sitting there going like, oh dear, this sounds like the AI is going to be picking up on some.
James has his granddaughter over, little cutie pie.
No.
My
I was there.
Great niece.
I was there when. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's it.
Well, I was there. I was watching it that one live stream where you were talking about Tropic Thunder and playing some clips from it, and I saw in real time as YouTube was like, "This stream goes down."
Yeah, yeah. Which kind of weirds me out because where the hell do they think I got the video to play from? I got it from YouTube.
I got it by watching
don't care, man.
okay?
They got it. They got to have their 13 cents of ad revenue, man. Their bean counters are desperate for that 13 cents.
But like everything else in the world, they overcorrected, you know?
They overcorrect everything.
Yeah, but then again, like they're basically looking at we don't have enough humans to monitor it, so it's going to go to hell. The moment we put an AI into doing it, it's going to go to hell because it's going to get it wrong. So we just keep on fine tuning it until it gets someone right, and then we're just going to sell it to advertisers, and that will be it. You know, the hell with the small creators. We're going to target the big ones who are already in the millions and are making their own money. They've got their own side hustle outside of YouTube because YouTube's not going to make them money. That's just an attraction for them to get to. It's a funnel. You're introduced to them. Sorry.
Not anymore. Back in 2012, 2014, people made livings off of this sort of thing. Like it used to be, if you had 100,000 subscribers, you could quit your day job and do YouTube full time. Now it's like you have to have like 2 mil to do that.
Yeah, you gotta be like a PewDiePie or Mr. Beast.
Yeah. My point is though, like you reach up to a certain level, and YouTube is no longer the place of revenue for you. You are sourcing people over to other places. That's why we have a lot of people that are now doing like merchandise. Get the T-shirts of whatever, or we're now making like Mr. Beast has got his own, burger franchise. Selling people that way. That's everyone's going in that direction. And if you look at any of the, bringing it back to role playing, look at me bringing it back to the segue. There are a lot of the people who does their own channels. Then they go out and basically get their own dice sets. They get their own merchandise, symbols, and all of that, and then they make money because, lo and behold, we are we are dice gremlins, and we will probably buy all the sets of dice that are presented before us.
Well, yeah, and they also make their own clone games and all this kind of stuff, and it's like, okay, all right, have fun. If you can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
You know, the guys who are on the 5e tip, though, the ones that are the big 5e guys, they make money off of this because they do the sponsorships, and the sponsorships pay them well. Like if I was to be offered a sponsorship right now, they'd want me to do like 8 videos that they approve that I have to produce, and they'll give me $200 and be like, go fuck yourself. How about that as an answer?
And chances of me ever getting a sponsor.
Just chances of you ever getting monetized at this point.
I'm just having this picture of like YouTube just having.
You would
like,
probably
all
make
these,
more
like,
money not being monetized at this point.
Like seriously, you'll get all the viewers, you'll get all the watch time, you'll put the application in, and some bot in YouTube will be like, "Fuck no!" Click, you know,
denied.
No, even better, like you have a man full suit shows up to Hongo's house, like, "Please, sir, we will pay you not to make videos. Just stop, please." Take the
I'd be like,
money, will you stop?
nope. They're like, nope. This is how I hang out with my buddies.
If anything, your application to monetize would be like, "Why haven't we banned this man yet?" Like,
they start giving you links to the competitors. You know, like, hey, seriously, Rumble's really good. We hear great things about it. Maybe you should check that out, sir. You know,
well, starting out the show with "Hello, you beautiful bastards" is probably not helping me out much.
And not the worst one I've ever heard on here.
Oh no, it's not. I have Justin on my show.
No, I mean on YouTube, but yeah, here even Justin is an exercise in censorship in action. Hello, Brian.
Good morning.
Hello, Brian.
Thank you for accepting my friends on Discord.
Why wouldn't I?
I was just surprised that we weren't friends on Discord already. It like boggled my mind.
His wife tries to keep him away from bad influences.
I mean,
he is kind of pure.
She lets me hang out with you, Bear.
I know. You get one. You get exactly one. And again, my services as a minister of the Universal Life Church are available to come tell anyone in your area why Jesus is mad at them anytime you like. I'm happy to come down and set people straight for you, man.
And I think this morning I got Brian pretty good when I posted the picture of his character.
That was great.
Oh my God!
What did you do to Brian? What happened?
No, just in Cody's, where it's like, oh, here's Brian's wizard.
When you asked everybody to post pictures of their characters, I posted I will show it. I will present it.
Of course you should show it.
I have to show
it.
What does that remind you of, sir?
So the church that this wedding is taking place in is in an old Apple factory. I don't mean as in like Apple watches or Apple phones. I mean like the actual food Apple. Like they would process it into like
they don't make apples. Like so, it's an Apple processing.
Yeah.
Is what you say.
Yeah. That makes
otherwise,
and I swear to God, the moment
apples.
and I swear to God, the moment I stepped into that building,
Brian's wizard.
I'm ashamed I made that. I really am now. I used to be.
The moment I walked into that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
The moment I walked into that building, like I suddenly I was like, this place is haunted. And Claude, of course, is like, it's not haunted. It's definitely haunted. It's definitely not haunted. It's absolutely haunted. Like
that's like a Scooby and Shaggy argument. Was the ghost behind you? It's not haunted. Yes, it is haunted. And the ghost is like, and you're not.
No, that's just the way me and my brother talk to each other. Because like I'll make a statement and he'll go, "It's not whatever the statement you made." I go, "It's definitely the statement I made." And he goes, "It's definitely not." And it just progresses. That's just how we talk to each other. And he'll do it. I do it to him too, because he'll be like, "Man, this is dangerous." It's not dangerous. This is definitely like it's that kind of dialogue.
Yeah, makes sense.
Right back, guys.
I don't understand that relationship. I never will.
Brothers are awesome.
I've got 4 of them, so yes.
Mr. Baker, wow.
I have a different
wow, that looks like Harry Potter budget got cut.
H to the P to the O to the PTER, man. Don't
Was anyone else reminded? Was anyone else reminded of the? Was anyone else reminded of the scientist from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Yes.
Or Honey, I Blew Up the Kid?
Yeah.
That's what he looks like.
getting similar vibes, yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He looked like Rick Moranis from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, but just with more melanin.
Just sorry, I am being called away now, I'm afraid.
Good timing. Run.
Oh man.
I'm sorry, but it was a great time meeting you all, and please have a fun and unsanitized stream. Hung on, take it wherever you feel like.
I do what I want.
Exactly.
Good to see you,
Yet
Saxon.
gets offended when I say you follow the edicts of the Church of Satan. Jesus.
So, yeah, we're playing this Thursday because somebody is going to Vegas.
And we're not going to hear the end of that shit now. I was in Vegas. Do you know?
I like how we never hear the end of someone going to Britain.
Yes, exactly. So we never heard the end of someone going to England. We're going to never hear the end of someone who went to Vegas.
I did
When
my
was the
mission.
last time I mentioned going to England?
I did my mission
there,
in
you
South
just
America.
That doesn't
just
count.
did it.
That doesn't count.
It does count. You fell for my trap, fool.
And it's like then we hear about his mission in South America.
Oh, I have a friend who did a mission to Slovenia. You're from Slovenia? I know someone who went to Slovenia. You are that kid. You got beat up a lot in school. Didn't
Yes, I did.
you? Because I'm not a bully, and you make me want to bully you. It's so weird.
I
At
would
least you got
protect
beat up
you,
for
Brian.
something cool. I only got beat up because I liked Pokemon.
I got beat up for all
Yeah, you
sorts of
deserve that.
stupid reasons.
You're just
I never got beat up by anybody in school.
Oh, I did.
I think you were too
But
chill for that, man.
Nah, I was the popular kid. I played football. I hung out with the nerds. It's like
Well, remember, I've told the story before about how like the guys that I was friends with in high school and still am somewhat to this day, except for one guy who was a complete and utter douche. The guy that was the complete and utter douche thought I was just too weird to be able to play D&D with them. So
I can't see it.
Kim, if you're in trouble, bang some pots together.
Oh, she
Kim?
came down this morning wearing her unicorn t-shirt. So it's a little unicorn and it has a knife duct taped to the horn and it just says, "I will cut you." And she's like, "Be prepared." So
Nice.
that's
Well,
how
it's
my
good that
day's
she-
going.
It's good that she gives you warnings.
That's fair.
I had a unicorn with a cat riding on it in space with a rainbow behind it. And a trucker friend of mine messed with me once. I was in Horse Cave, Kentucky, and there's this big adult store. And he's like, "Dude, you gotta go check out this adult store," and go into the back room. I was like, "Fine, whatever," right? And I had that shirt on. And I walk in, and it's like just a bunch of booths that are blackened out. So I walk into one of the booths and look, and like I'm sitting there, and I look over to my left, and just full front, hanging out of a hole, right there in front of my face.
Oh, he sends you to the glory hole.
Yeah, and I was on the wrong side of it, and I screamed out like, "Why in the fuck is going on here?" And just run out of that place screaming
Like a banshee.
I mean,
Yeah.
you should have known when you were going to the back room of the adult store. You
should have
know,
known when a
like-
friend said, "Dude, you got to go do something." It's usually never.
Yeah, my buddy set me up, dude.
like when somebody takes something out of the fridge and is like, "Smell this." Don't smell it.
But you're gonna smell it.
No. The worst is not smell this. Is when someone says, "Does this smell turn to you?" And you go, like, what is wrong with our brains?
Is
You tell me, we go, "Okay, let me sniff that too." Oh, it turned out.
Yeah, you gotta smell it. I mean, there's just something in the dude brain that says, "Yeah, I gotta smell it." My friend said, "Smell it." So yeah,
That's
I never got him back for that.
That's something I learned in the army. If you have to ask the question, the answer is yes. Throw it out. Like,
I think I just shared a picture to you, Hungar. I think I'm going to have to use this for something in the Palladium game.
Ooh.
No, you don't need to use that for anything in our Palladium game.
I didn't say who. I didn't say which Palladium game. I just said the Palladium game.
That needs. I don't care what game it's in. That needs to get used for something. That's great.
Yeah, I agree.
I like that new AI. I like that new AI where they're turning everybody.
Gemini.
or they're
Yeah,
race
Gemini.
swapping everyone.
Yeah, when it said put up a bunch of pictures of gingers.
Well,
Okay, did you hear what's happening with the new fucking Pirates of the Caribbean movie? Sorry, Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
What?
The main character is now, it's not going to be Jack Sparrow, it's going to be Anne Bonny. And Anne Bonny is famous for being the only recorded known female pirate captain in the entire Spanish Main, right?
Yeah.
She was an Irish lass with bright red hair and was famous for her bright red hair.
Yeah.
Guess what color the person who's playing her is?
It is a pop
Black.
lesbian.
It is indeed a person of color that will be playing. So once again, Hollywood's erasing my people because somehow we've done redheads. We did something to someone
They
in Hollywood
gingers.
someday, I guess. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand why they're erasing my people.
Well,
we are less than 5% of the world's population.
Like, well, did you guys hear like there? I didn't see the actual article. I think it was like Clownfish TV or something was talking about it.
I don't watch them,
but that's fine. The general point though was that nobody's watching new stuff. Everybody's just watching
rewatching
TV.
old stuff. Yeah.
Like so I'll admit I watch NCIS. I've watched NCIS literally since it started. I remember watching the premiere episode when it launched. They just came out with the newest episode, which is the tribute episode to David McCallum, since he passed away. And that was the guy that played Ducky, the medical.
Oh no,
examiner.
Ducky died. No, that's right.
So he knows. Okay, good. Someone knew.
Anyways, so but so like they had lots of flashback clips, from the last 20 years, and so I'm like, you know what? I haven't watched this for a while. I'm gonna go back and watch that. And yes, it's a new episode, but it's a 20-year-old show. But I'm watching NCIS. I'm watching Star Trek: The Animated Series. Prior to that, I watched Hogan's Heroes. I'm
trying to find a complete run of Magnum PI, and I can't find it anywhere on any of my pirate sites. I can't find it, and I'm really annoyed. Everything I find is that new Magnum, which is like, ugh.
Right, but that's the thing. I'm like, I will gladly go watch any of these older shows, and the new stuff. Rarely do I find anything that I'm just interested in or can even watch more than a couple episodes on.
Well, I agree with you on that. It's kind of messed up. Like, it's really messed up. And they blame us. That's the problem. If you look at, if you pay attention to what goes on in this whole industry, all the media critics blame the audience for not watching these brilliant, brave, and wonderful shows, right? It's all our fault. It's not their fault for not making shit we want to watch. It's our fault for not watching the shit they make. And this is like parents blaming the teacher for their child being a dumbass. You know what I mean? It's just this whole other level of it had nothing to do with us. This is you making garbage we're not interested in. And when we tell you we're not interested in it, you make more of it. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
That's okay, though. The BlackRock money is going to run out.
It's like blaming. It's like blaming me for not wanting to go to a gay bar. I'm sorry, I don't feel like going to a gay bar. What do you want from me?
So no cap. There used to be this gay bar in Vancouver called Celebrities, but on Tuesday night they had 80s night, which was open night, so everyone could go. So much fun. Oh my god, we had so much fun at that fucking bar. Like, and like the worst part was my friend Christine. We used to call her Animal. Like, it was just her name. She was this little blonde, cute girl. And I walk into the bar and I see a friend of mine. I'm about to go, hey, and I feel someone jump on my back. Now, remember, I'm a bouncer at this point in my life. And I literally grab the head like this, and I feel all the curly hair. And she just goes, "It's me," in my ear. And I'm like, oh my God. I almost like boom, like completely fucking threw it on the floor.
Stop triggering my flight or fight response.
And I'm in a gay bar, and someone just jumped on my back. I was in my 20s. I'm not going to have a rational thought. I'm going to have a reaction.
Yeah.
Well, but also your comment about the BlackRock money running out. I mean, absolutely it is. Did you hear the news where Vice has decided that they're no longer going to be publishing content to their website?
Yeah. They can't afford it.
Right. So it's like they're already crashing, and yet you still see the stuff where it's like just doubling down. Yeah, let's make Anne Bonny, but she's black and she's gay. It's like, what?
Well, and Bonnie was gay. So that's okay. Like that, she was known for being a lesbian.
That's at least accurate, yeah.
Oh, I had not.
So,
okay.
So that's okay.
My bad.
Why do you think she had a crew of female pirates? Come on.
I mean, her ship was called the Scissor Sisters. Come on. It was the trial and tribunings of the days, anyway, sorry. Yeah, no, but so basically, yeah. So they're just making more and more garbage. They expect us to just eat it. And then when we don't, they're blaming us for it. And so you're right. People are watching older stuff. And you know what? That's good, because I rewatched all of Hill Street Blues. And you know what things they talked about on Hill Street Blues over the course of those 5 or 7 seasons I watched? Gay rights, minority rights, women's rights, trans rights, all these things that they like to pretend were never talked about before 2016, all over that show. You know what I mean? And that show was a hit. Like, everybody watched Hill Street Blues and back in the day. So they can shut the fuck up. They can just shut the fuck up and stop ruining shit, please. Fucking twats. Sorry, I apparently have feelings.
Did you have red meat for breakfast, Bear?
And your
He almost went there. I could visualize what he was about to say.
Just watching the brain kick in and like, no, bad, stop it.
I'm drinking maple flavored coffee in honor of being Canadian on Hunger Hours show. It's quite tasty, I got to admit. Because it's got like a burnt maple flavor to it, which is nicer than that overwhelming, sickening sweetness of maple. So it's these flavored coffees I get. So, yeah.
At least I was enjoying their breakfast this morning. I swear to God, I went to the lobby of the hotel.
Sorry, go ahead.
I went to the lobby this morning to get breakfast. The lobby of the hotel, and their pancakes have more in common with like Thanksgiving stuffing than actual pancakes.
Where are you?
So I got I'm in West Virginia. I assume that's just how they make pancakes here.
Mountain Mama,
I knew that was coming.
West Virginia has now passed the law where there will be no sales tax on guns or ammo.
Sweet.
That is awesome.
Brian, you are the most confusing person sometimes, because you're like so understanding and so accepting and so loving, and then some like redneck red state talking point comes up and you're like, sweet.
Yeah.
Mormons love guns.
They do, apparently.
Gotta love Brother Browning.
Well, how else are you going to get the country of Deseret?
That also
to be fair, any population that has ever understood persecution is probably very pro-gun. I'm just saying.
Hold on, repeat that, Curtis. My brain didn't lock in.
Any population that has suffered under persecution should love guns.
Yeah, I mean the extermination order.
The Irish have a lot of guns wrapped up in oilcloth, buried in flower boxes. Don't ever forget that in Ireland.
Oh, that would not surprise me at all.
My grandmother said that to me. She said, they're going to give this Sinn Féin thing a try. And when it fails, everybody's got their guns wrapped in oilcloth, buried in the flower box. It's just like, yeah. Okay. Good to know. Thank you.
I got guns sitting in like all the corners of my room.
The thing is, I grew up with guns, right? My father was a hunter. My uncles were hunters. I grew up around guns all my life. I was taught gun safety. I was taught how to shoot by my grandmother, of all people, and I have nothing but respect for guns. And I believe in sensible gun control legislation. Little tiny sensible things like, hey, you have a mental condition? No gun for you.
I agree with that.
know?
I agree that the background check should be harder.
Yes.
I don't
all I
worry
agree
about
with.
it.
I've got
a permit where I'm allowed to carry in like 37 states in the U.S. concealed. I can carry a concealed pistol, concealed knives. I can carry a cane sword. But I went through the classes and the training to get this. And I don't think that Joe Bob Henry, who, has been writing his manifesto, should be able to go down to the store and buy a shotgun.
In a shack
See,
under
I'm
a
like,
bare bulb on an old typewriter. Yeah, that guy maybe needs some background checks.
the only reason I disagree with you on that point, Bear, is only because I've read and studied way too much of how Soviet Union states worked, and I just know that one day here in the U.S. there's going to be some federal agents that come along to confiscate your guns, and they have this state-approved psychiatrist that asks you one question, then turns to the agents and go, "Yep, they're definitely mentally challenged."
So let me ask you a question, Curtis. Would it not then behoove the American citizens to make sure that the mental health system is functional and regulated as well?
Yeah.
Except we've had a very bad hit. Oh.
You can't blame the matches for the fire, and you can't blame the match factory for the fire. You got to blame the assholes using the matches, right? Just like you can't blame the gun for the murder, or you can't blame So I can't blame the psychologist for abusing a system that the government is going to abuse if the system is broken and that's the way it's created. You have to fix the fucking system. It's like fixing your fucking plumbing. Come on.
And realistically, Curtis. Realistically, Curtis, if some people showed up at my door saying that I had to give over my guns, do you think that I would just give them?
Oh, Hunger, I'll be right back. I got to show you something. You're going to giggle.
Okay.
I don't know. I know you well enough to know that you would at least stand up for yourself, but I don't know if you would resort to actual violence.
Yeah, and that's always the complicated complicated part, where you do want to stand up for yourself, but you also believe in a functioning society that, and especially here in the United States, where we are a very high trust society. We like to believe that whether it's the government or the police or the mental health professionals, whatever, are acting in our best interests, even though we see evidence periodically where they're not. Like my problem with saying, oh, well, they have to be, like have a good mental health professional. Well, the thing is that they're still an individual and can have their opinion. Yes. Where for me, it comes down to, it should be more like if you want to take somebody's rights away, it has to go through the courts. It has to go.
Look, two things. One, if you want to fix all of 50% of your problems in the U.S., deprivatize the prison system. You will fix 50% of your problems right there, because there will be no more incentive for criminal to incarcerate people for money. Second, because I've been a good boy today and I cleaned everything and I did my dishes and I'm doing laundry and I did the bathroom and all that stuff, look what I get to have as my lunch treat.
Nice.
Someone's jacking up the blood sugar.
You shut your whore
No,
mouth.
hey, I'm not saying you're
doing
judging.
You're doing your little normie judgy thing. I'm used to you.
Shinram,
like I said,
so good.
Like I said, the only reason I disagree is because I'm just way too paranoid of that sort of thing. And fixing the mental health system requires three things. One, we got to get over the past of the asylum system that used to exist here, because every time someone brings up reform for the mental health system, someone inevitably dredges up all the photographs and all the reports and all the bad things that happened with the asylum system. Two, that would require the Americans to actually take responsibility for their vote. Americans love freedom until it's time to actually be responsible with that freedom, in which case, crickets.
Move to Texas.
Yeah, I moved to Texas, apparently. Yeah. And third, that would require the pharmaceutical company to butt the hell out of mental health. But
Yes.
since all aspects of our Medicare medical system is in the pocket of pharmaceutical companies, they're never going to actually fix your mental health problems. They're just going to assign you 3 more pills.
Yeah.
Of course. But listen, okay. Hungar hates talking about politics, so let's wrap this up and not go too far much further down the rabbit hole.
I'm sorry.
I think we can
I'm
all
very sorry,
agree.
Hungar.
Hungar, he's sorry. Do you forgive him?
Of course, I agree with him. So yeah.
I agree with. I'm fine with them. I just think we need to all move to Texas.
Yeah. Well, I live in Tennessee, where I don't think that
I live in Tennessee. There you
yeah,
go.
all my exes live in Texas.
That's why I'm not there. No.
In small town Tennessee and small town Kentucky and areas like that, I think that if the federal government came up to the police force and said, "Hey, you need to go door to door and collect guns," I think that the police force would look at them like they had a penis growing out.
Agreed.
Yeah, the local police and local sheriff would be like, "No thanks, I want to live." Like,
yeah, for real. So it's like it's the big cities you got to worry about, but it's the big cities that got such the lockdown on firearms anyway. You can't get them. You can't get a gun in New York. You can't get a gun in L.A.
Hungar, this is why they use the ATF to do this stuff and not local police, because they make sure they don't have locals involved in the situation. Look up Ruby Ridge. Look up what's his name?
I know all about
the guy. No, the guy that wrote the book on a pale horse. He used to be a radio. He had his.
Here's Anthony.
No.
Piers Anthony wrote the book on a pale horse.
Yeah. Well,
wrong book
in the Bible. It's what's his name? Conspiracy guy. What the fuck was his name? Milton William Cooper. Look up how they did him. You know what I mean? Like they find their way to do you if they want to do you.
And when I first heard of the ATF, I thought it was a party, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. I was like, hell yeah. And then I realized the type of shit that they were doing, and I'm like, those sons of bitches should have zero authority.
Yeah. Who was the guy that got blocked in by his city zoning committee and the big businesses there that he ended up buying, like, I think it was like a bulldozer and went on a rampage? Who was that?
Killdozer. Killdozer.
Look how excited you all got about Killdozer.
Oh man.
It's just another example of a guy getting fucked over by the system. Everyone refused to listen to him until he finally snapped. Like,
he's like, don't pay no attention to me. I'm just building a killer dozer.
No, Marvin Heemeyer, which that is literally the
best
poster
name ever
child for like government just literally screwing over a citizen. Like it basically, because it all started like he had this business, then the city let somebody else build in front of him, which then cut off his access, and he tried to work with the city. He tried to do everything he could, and they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't let him like run power lines. Basically, it was all these things where they just kept screwing him over. And so like if you actually look into what happened with Killdozer, nobody died except for Marvin Heemeyer. All of the damage wasn't just random. It was specifically against the city, against the actual
big business. Yeah.
Right. But it was very, very targeted, very, very deliberate. What like he didn't even just go on like we all think of it as a rampage, but no, it was very targeted against those people who were specifically wronging him.
It was a targeted rampage, and you know what? I think that guy's a hero.
Oh yeah, I'm not disagreeing with any of it. So
speaking of crazy,
hi,
I heard this theory yesterday or the day before about. They're saying that Bruce Wayne, after his parents died, was actually taken to Arkham Asylum. and he went insane seeing his parents killed. And the Joker is actually his doctor, and Harley is the doctor's assistant.
I'm gonna chalk that up to some new wave BS that
Mr.
the theory
Freeze.
being that it's all in his head.
I gotta go.
It's all in his head.
Carol.
Later,
Bye,
Curtis.
Hi, Curtis.
It's all in his head that the Scarecrow is actually his shrink, making him face his fears. I
I
mean,
fucking hate Batman, so I don't care.
that is
I'm so done with
interesting.
Batman. I'm so done with Batman.
But that
tired
is
of
an
Batman.
interesting theory.
Yeah, it's not the first time I've heard something like that about it, right? And that's fine, but it's just exhausting. Like, just stop with this hero worship of Batman. He's a vindictive, psychotic dick who doesn't have the balls to take that one last step to actually solving the crime in Gotham City. So every time the Joker kills someone, that's on him because of all the times he's put the Joker back to where he escapes from, as opposed to just fucking ending him. I'm just saying.
Yeah, if I was Batman, I'd end the Joker.
Well, the minute we become that, we take the law into our own hands. Motherfucker.
You're a
How many people
vigilante.
died?
Yeah,
How many people have died because you can't fucking do the Joker? You know what I mean?
He's a
How many?
vigilante, so he is the freaking personification of taking the law into his own hands.
If I'm gonna like a vigilante, it's gonna be the Punisher long before it's gonna be Batman. If the Punisher fucking goes, well, that's enough of your bullshit.
Or Deadpool.
Done.
Deadpool's just going to kill you.
I fucking can't stand Deadpool. Deadpool is everything that's wrong with comics today.
He's
It's this
in Regina.
fucking.
It's the town that sounds
matter.
like fun.
Rhymes with fun is the line, sir. It's a Canadian
Yeah.
line. It's the town that rhymes with fun. Regina. But it doesn't matter. Like, I'm so sick of these fucking characters. I'm sick of this being what comics are. I'm sick of this being what heroes are. Meanwhile, Superman gets mocked. Captain America gets mocked. You know what I mean? The heroes that actually want you to be better get mocked, but the ones who give into their bullshit and are little fucking what? Why are both cats on me? What the fuck? Sorry, I have two cats attacking to me. I've been to Regina. I liked Regina, Coco. I liked it a lot more than Saskatoon. Just saying.
Saskatoon just sounds like a weird name.
Saskatoon felt like I was in the RCMP witness relocation dumping ground. Everybody I saw when we were walking around Saskatoon looked suspect. You know what I mean? It just everybody had this look on their face like they were
Like,
just
this dude was in the mob.
I have two cats. Both of them have decided they want my attention right now. This one
Is
does
that-
not understand personal space. There you
Is
go.
that Beans?
That's Beans, and he. Ow! Don't call me. You fuck.
I knew it.
Call me.
Beans is my favorite.
Oh, you'd like
and the
Misty.
other one. Misty's got the fluffy tail, right?
Yeah. Misty's the long hair.
I like that.
I'm still a fan of Batman just because I've always been
You
a fan
would
of
be.
Batman. I mean, but I still agree with you. It's like and I think it's more of just the modern writing and the modern sensibilities. Like when I became a fan of Batman, it was in the 90s where, yes, he's still the Dark Knight, but it wasn't,
No, the overwritten Mary Sue shit starts in the 2000s, where Batman always has a plan. Batman's always one step ahead of everybody. Batman's always able to beat and defeat everybody because he's thought about a million ways. Like, fuck off.
yeah.
Right.
For
Is he-
me,
is
it's
he
like
hyper autistic. Is that what we're saying now? Like, is that what Batman is? Is he like the epitome of the spectrum? Like, I don't get it.
yeah, like
He
I mean,
is the spectrum.
but I mean, I grew up with the old Adam West Batman. You know what?
That's
Yeah,
a 60s
Yeah.
goofy
No,
shit. I don't like that either.
no,
I like the in
but
between.
yeah, right. No, exactly. Where it's yes, he's a vigilante. Yes, he's he's not the ideal like we see from Superman, but he's not just this dark nihilist, like depressing thing that we have now. So
I've said it before and I'll say it again. My favorite DC comic hero is and always will be
who?
Aquaman.
Aquaman.
Aquaman?
Aquaman, the motherfucker rides a shark to work. It's like, that's badass. And if you got into like in the 90s, Aquaman, when Aquaman went a little crazy, he got his arm or his hand bit off by a great white. He had a freaking, harpoon hand and shit. He was
Marvel
bad.
versus DC still had the best bit ever on that because one of the fights was Aquaman versus Namor. And like Aquaman takes the fight to the point where he gets fucking fed up with Namor, and then he summons a humpback whale that just jumps out of the water and flattens Namor.
and I like Namor too. I had the very first appearance of Namor comic. I traded it off for a badass statue. But
O'Neill,
I've
I
always
prefer pre-crisis everything.
I've always liked Aquaman. I'm a fan of the Hulk comic books.
My ex, Deep, she was really into the Hulk, Godzilla, King Kong, and a couple of other things. So one day I just looked at her in our relationship. Like, you're just into giant rage monsters, and that's why you're dating me, isn't it? Because like it just didn't make sense. Like like it was crazy. Yay, Curtis! I thought you were leaving.
And I've always liked Spider-Man.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I always
false alarm.
Spider-Man's
always
awesome.
collected the I collected all the Spider-Man comics. I've got the when they did the Maximum Carnage run on all three of the different Spider-Man.
Oh my
books,
gosh! You want that storyline?
I've got all of those.
Yeah, like I just toss it in a wood chipper as far as I'm concerned. Dear Lord, that story pissed me off because I just started collecting.
It was dark.
Well, hold on. I just started collecting comic books, so I didn't really understand like the whole like mega arc thing. So I was like, oh, it is cool. So I started buying like Maximum Carnage, and literally Carnage is just running around, tearing through everyone, destroying everything, and you're like, holy crap, how is Spider-Man going to win? And then they get to the last issue and he goes to a scientist and gets a good bomb, literal quote from the comic that just sends happy waves at Carnage, and he can't handle it, and they end the story. And you're like, wait,
yeah,
what?
The book was great until the ending.
Yes,
I've never seen you be passionate about anything this level, Brian. Wow.
It was like, well, but you're right, Hungar. It was a great story until the ending. And every story needs a satisfying ending. And if you're going to give me a good bomb, oh, come on.
So here's a question. Is it the same writer at the end? And is it the same editor at the end?
I have no idea.
They had multiple different. They had multiple writers for the
because
story.
It was a crossover story. So
crossovers always suck.
And it's when the first time I really ever heard about Cloak and Dagger was in the Maximum Carnage series. Which
for me, with the old Marvel handbooks, I used to buy those when I was a kid. When I was younger, obviously, and I'd be like, I don't know who any of these characters are, but I'd read all about them, read all their backstory. So when I'd pick up an Avengers and they'd show up, or Iron Fist and Power Man and they'd show up, I'd be like, I know who the fuck this guy is. Awesome, So
yeah.
So Spider-Man threw an amphetamine and marijuana bomb at Carnage and won the day.
Yeah,
how are you not a right-wing red state talk show host? Like, seriously, that was like absolute fucking Glenn Beck move right there. That was brilliant.
Good job, buddy.
Good job. Get yourself a show and start that shit.
I'll be your co-host.
Oh God, you'll be off the air in a week. Oh, I'm being generous.
or the most popular show on the planet.
Unlike
would be the new Rush Limbaugh show.
No, I don't think that would be possible because I'm at least open to people's ideas.
No, but that's the thing. You'll lure them in with that false sense of security that they might be able to convince you of something, and then they'll say some stupid woo-woo shit. You'll be like, "What? So a methamphetamine marijuana bomb?" And then you win. And then you know what? There you go. I've given you a career path. You're welcome.
All right, I'll go to radio school eventually.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. None of them did.
So I just looked this up on Wikipedia because you mentioned like, well, is it the same writing team at the beginning, at the end? So it looks like it's the creative team does seem to be like more or less the same 4 people the whole time. But okay, the direct quote on this: Carnage finally turns on the rest of his gang, and in the ensuing battle, Shriek is distracted from using her psychic power. Taking advantage of the lull, the heroes acquire a device from Rand Corporation, which projects feelings of love and hope into the villains, overwhelming them. Carnage flees, faking his death. Kim, listening to this, I don't know if anyone heard this. She's literally like, I just vomited.
So, like, the
I heard
Rand
her.
Corporation literally created a device that could control the entire population of the country.
Yeah, that's the
That
Rand
sounds like an
Corporation.
actual superhero story.
But regardless,
Why wasn't that the leap-off platform for the follow-up story, which is, oh no, the government is making everyone docile with this device that we needed to defeat Carnage.
I don't. Ah,
Okay, so have you ever heard about the comic called The Death of Captain Marvel, Curtis? So Captain
Yes.
Marvel finds out he has cancer from this fight he had with Nuklon back in the past, and it's destroying him. So they get all the super brains of the Marvel universe together to try and cure him. And at one point, Reed Richards says the stupidest thing I've ever read in a comic book, which is like, we've cured 37 different types of cancer, but we can't cure this one. Did you throw those cures in the garbage when you were done? Like, did you not think humanity might benefit from those 37 types of cancer being cured?
Exactly.
Like, what the fuck?
no, it's just the ones that are left are the ones he couldn't cure.
Yeah, so what, he cured fucking hair follicle cancer? Like, what the fuck? You know?
Look, it was a scourge back in the 1738s.
Madness. Pure fucking madness.
Pure madness.
Anyhow,
I swear, some of the plot lines in some of those comics are like, this would literally change the entire face of the planet, yet yet it still feels like today.
well,
You know what I mean? Like,
well, it's like Superman 4. Okay, yes, if Superman exists, quote unquote, neither do nuclear weapons. And yet the comics are just written that Superman's like, no, I can't get involved that much. I'm just going to let you all own nukes.
well, like as Bear would point out, it's because Superman's trying to be an example for other people to be as good as him.
Where are you going?
Sure. I know. It's just one of those that like it's that weird dichotomy where you want to tell a story set in a modern time, but then and Bear's like, no, you're all wrong.
I like the alternate universe where Superman landed in Russia.
Red Sun, very good.
Oh, Red Sun.
Yeah, you can tell it was written by someone who firmly believes in socialism, since all the world is communist except for America, which refuses to become communist thanks to Lex Luthor, and it's an absolute shithole.
It was still a good comic.
And yet history doesn't line up for some reason.
Once I would like a comic where I would like there to be a comic where like a situation comes up, Lex Luthor figures out the solution to the problem, but Superman tries to stop him because it's Lex Luthor, only to find out, no, wait, this is the correct solution. I got to actually help Lex Luthor in stopping this crisis. Oh, has it been done?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't quote chapter and verse on it, but that's been done. Listen, any fucking idea you have for a Superman story has been done. The guy's been around for 80 fucking years. You know what I mean? Like any idea you have, no matter, like go into your weird, crazy ideas, and they did those in the 50s. You know what I mean? Like literally, he has a power in the 1950s, Silver Age Superman, where he can shoot tiny Supermen out of his eyes.
I didn't think that's where you shot tiny people from.
Oh my God! They couldn't put that to print. There's no way they would put that to print on guard.
It'd be like Superman, ski, motherfucker, ski.
Hunger, I want you to listen to me carefully, and I'm going to preface this next statement with, "I love you like a play cousin. You're someone I really, really care about in this world, and I want you to have a longer life that is going to be full of joy. But you are literally a horny 8-year-old trapped in a 50-year-old body. You know it.
I'm too old to grow up. I've said it before.
That, but like you're a horny 8-year-old trapped in that body, right? Because it's just.
I was planning trying to Salem.
Just own it.
I own it. Shit, I've never denied. I was playing Town of Salem last night, and somebody's like, "Man, this is going to be tight." And I was like, "What she said." I mean, I just. I can't help it. I'm not mature.
No, it's not that. It's you have a childlike wonder of the universe, but it's coupled with a really horny fucking 14-year-old.
I just see Superman up there singing from the window through the wall.
Anyways, so
I'm going to quote. I'm going to quote. I want to quote a friend of mine because he said something to this effect before, when someone pointed out, you're just not mature enough for the adult life, and he goes, "I don't want." Why is no? It was Why is it every time someone says I need to be more mature, they just mean more boring? Like,
yeah. That's true.
Yeah, I may be a lot of things, but boring I am not.
Oh God, no. Oh God.
Yeah,
no.
but no, you're right. I mean, it's like the people like, oh well, role playing games are just for kids. Why are you doing that? And it's just like, what? Since when? It was created by adults. It was
for adults.
Yeah, it was for adults. Yes, kids will do it more often because they're kids and they can.
And they want to do adult things.
Yeah. Actually, it was great. So, like last night, we were playing board games with this other couple from church, and their oldest son, I think he's like 14 or 15. So we're sitting down talking, and then suddenly there's a literal pounding at the door. Well, it's two of his friends from church coming over so that they could play D&D. And it's like,
nice.
Awesome. What are you playing? They're like, oh, we're fifth edition. I'm not going to fault any teenager for playing 5th edition. But then as we're all getting ready to go, like the kids, their parents came to pick them up. I went up and asked them, I'm like, hey, do you guys use miniatures? They literally just looked at me like, well, we just don't have any. Like they wanted to. So it's like, cool. I have literally buckets of miniatures. I will
open your bags
some.
like it's Halloween.
Yeah, just about. Yeah. So, yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, it's like it doesn't have to be that. Like, and actually, then it was funny because Kim was telling all of the other adults, she's like, yeah, Brian's over there just nerding out and having fun. And everybody was actually excited that I was being able to talk to them and relate a little bit.
Yeah,
nothing pisses off the normies more than when other people that they assumed were normies like them suddenly think something you're doing that nerdy is cool. It gets them upset because they wanted to diminish you in that moment. Not saying that's what your wife wants to, but people I've experienced in life, they want to diminish you in that moment.
Although Kim might want to diminish you.
No, Kim just wants him to fucking stop spending all his time on YouTube. I know it.
That's part of it, yes.
But the thing is if Kim, I don't know if Kim can hear me right
she
now.
She can't.
Can translate for me. If Kim would just get into a game, she might actually find out that there's joy to be had.
No, hey,
and
no,
she
Bear.
Would be happy.
Bear, number one, you are completely misrepresenting Kim.
I'm just saying Kim should play.
No, she should play. She will gladly play.
I'm just saying if Kim played in the game, she would not care as much about
She will gladly play
because
I will run a game. I will run a game for you and Kim to play in.
No, again, you all assume that she's not going to play.
I'm not saying she's not going to play. I know about the My Little Pony shit, Brian. I've been around you for over a year now. I know all this. I'm just saying there's been an awful lot of talky talk and not a lot of fucking dicey dice.
Yeah, well, I mean, have you met me? I mean, lots of
we count on her to be the one to keep your family out of the fucking gutter, sir.
that I do too.
Speaking of gaming, Amon got his dice.
Yes, he did.
Nice.
So we no longer have to wait for him to pause his camera.
I'm going to be sending him a set too. I found a really nice set I want to send him because you need more than one set.
Well, of course, I've got 2 sets sitting right here on my desk.
I've got like 5. They're all in little bags. It's like, because you need that moment right before you're about to start playing where you go, which dice am I using tonight? Oh my God.
I do that all the time. I was like, blue's been rolling shitty for me. I think I'm going to roll black tonight. I need more.
Not gonna lie, I wish I had a wife that would wear today's warning label for me.
today's warning label.
I'm like, what?
The unicorn shirt where that just says "I will cut you." It's like, oh, that's awesome. Thank you for putting on today's warning label for me. I really appreciate that.
So, Curtis, it's at this point in time, I'm going to say something that's going to make Brian go, no, there's not, blah, 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 and do his Brian thing where he fails to see the humor in what I'm saying and has to defend it. But here we go. Become a Mormon.
No, that means I would have to give up coffee, and that's
I know,
like
right?
you. That's a bridge too far.
Curtis lives in Missouri. That could be a bad thing for him.
Are the Missouri Mormons bad?
No, we don't. No, we don't have any Missouri Mormons. There's a reason for that.
Actually, fun fact: Missouri is like the central point of just, we'll call it Mormon diversity. Like all of the offshoots are all in Missouri.
Yeah.
When I lived in Illinois, I lived in Hamilton, and that was like on the trail. Stewart's is like big Mormon community, and there's always like Mormons coming to visit because it's like one of the areas where the Mormons stopped on the way to Utah. I mean, it was just like crazy stuff. And then I grew up on a Mormon ranch, Florida.
Yes.
On Desert Ranch. So I've been to like Salt Lake City. I've seen the temple and everything there. It's pretty cool. It's just, I'm not down on it. It's just not my cup of tea.
Well, see, and then my cup of tea is a cup of coffee. Therefore, I can't be a Mormon.
Exactly. I drink too much coffee to be a Mormon.
It's a stupid fucking rule created by a stupid fucking person about a stupid fucking thing. Okay, and I'm going to say it. And I will start a Mormon. I'll become a Mormon and then start the fucking branch Mormonians who are all about the branch Java Mormons. And we'll all be about like coffee is good and it was God's gift to us. And the person who said not to drink it was wrong.
Cold and carbonated is exactly how caffeine should be administered.
Here
where it says it.
Here is what confuses me. Where did you do your mission?
Sao Paulo,
Right.
Brazil.
Brazil. Okay. A lot of Mormons go to South America to do their missions, and that's where all the fucking coffee comes from.
Yeah, but they drink mate when they're down there, I bet.
Some do. Depends on how far south you go.
No, you get mate in
So
Colombia,
that's why
you get mate in Brazil, you get mate in Argentina, you get mate all
Well,
over.
I don't know. I don't want to know what they're using to stay awake when they go down to Colombia.
Guaraná.
I assume they put hot sauce in their coffee. I assume they put hot sauce in the coffee.
Not everyone is Mexico,
North Africans
Curtis.
put butter in their coffee.
I'm
Was
sorry,
that
I'm
bad?
American. The only frame of reference I have for South America is kind of like Mexicans, right? Like it's
No.
like that is nothing like that.
Not at all.
Nothing like Mexican. That's hilarious.
That's right, Oda. Excuse me.
No, I firmly believe in my faith. I am absolutely think it's a good thing for quote unquote everyone, but I am also not the kind that's going to be like, yes, I must preach to everyone. It's like, if you want to know more, ask me questions. If you don't,
Unless
I'll still like you.
unless you're in Brazil on mission, then you're preaching to
but that's a completely different story, because even then you go up and it's like, hey, would you like to talk about this? They're like, nope. It's like, okay, that's fine. I still know English.
Thank you very much.
When the Mormons show up to my door when I was younger, when I was in my 20s, I'd always like, yeah, let's sit and talk for a little bit. It's hot outside. Come into the AC, get you a glass of water or something, because I know what you're doing is a pain in the ass. I'm not going to become a Mormon, but I am going to be polite to everybody, hospitality, because if I didn't, my grandma would roll over in her grave, jump up out of it, and beat my ass with a switch.
Hang on. Imagine I'm there and I'm like, come on in. It's really rough. You have a seat, take a load off. Great. Water? No. Okay. Cup of coffee? No, sir. Coffee's not allowed in the religion. Get the fuck out of my house. What? Get out.
I do need to see if the Mennonites, because I live in a Mennonite area, I need to see if they're kosher with coffee.
They are. The rest,
I don't think they're kosher with being kosher. I think that's where you're going to run into problems.
I owned a restaurant. I owned a restaurant in Cantrell, Iowa, which is a big Mennonite town. They had a big Mennonite grocery store called the Dutch, and my restaurant was across the street. And my really peak times was on the weekends when all the people would come to the town to visit and stuff. But during the week, I kept busy feeding all the Mennonites because they'd come over for breakfast, they'd come in for lunch and stuff, and they, cup of coffee and eggs and bacon and stuff. I mean, and they were really cool. And I was going to,
sorry, go ahead.
I was going to get a liquor license because it wasn't a full Mennonite town. And the guy who owned the Dutch store actually paid me 10 grand to not get a liquor license. Like, you're not going to make that much money with a liquor license, so why don't I just give you 10 grand so you don't get a liquor license, so we don't have beer in town? And I was like, okay.
Up in St. Thomas, Ontario, there's a huge Mennonite community. And one time with my dad, we drove by. We were looking for something, and we drove by this Mennonite church where there was a wedding letting out. The two things that blew my mind: 2 doors, women came out one side, men came out the other side. Cadillacs everywhere,
all black,
no fucking chrome. Not
they paint
an inch of chrome on those things.
They get blackened rims for their cars because they don't want any chrome, because they don't want to stand out. But those the younger Mennonite kids. Yeah, the younger Mennonite kids, they'd be out there when the roads were frozen and stuff, just whipping donuts on their four-wheelers or in their cars and stuff in the middle of the town. And there's this one kid, Timmy, and he was adopted. And he was a little madman. Like, one time, the guy who was the plumber, who was also the mayor of the town, who wasn't Mennonite, had to go over to Timmy's parents' house because Timmy put firecrackers down the toilet. I mean, and Timmy was always running around. Hey, Justin,
you get in here. Hungar's going later than he normally goes today. It's a good one. Get in here, man. Okay, I gotta
even with me here, it's a good one.
I'll be right back.
But it was an interesting place. Mennonites are interesting.
Right on. I'll definitely have to give it a bit more of a look, I think.
I mean,
also because Warrensburg doesn't have a Baptist church, and it's like, I'm feeling isolated.
I live across the street from a Baptist church.
I have.
Are they pretty nice people, or?
Everybody up here is nice.
Okay.
Everybody in this area where I'm at has always seemed. I mean, everybody that I've met has seemed just like pretty chill people. I mean, it's not like I go places. I go to the grocery store, I go to the vape shop, and I go to my doctor and the hospital. I mean, those are places I go. And there's a little Mongolian grill that is really, really good. The dude who owns it and does the cooking, he's just super cool. And he makes fantastic.
Like an actual Mongolian?
He's Hawaiian.
Oh, of course.
But
fair enough.
He makes really good spring rolls, and every once in a while when I pop in, they have pho. And I'm a pho-holic. I would eat it. And like last time I went in there to get some spring rolls, he's like, "Hey, we got pho today," and I was like, "Give me a bowl, give me a big ass bowl, give me all the pho you've got."
There you go.
What?
Pho.
P-H-O. Well, the O has an accent. Pronounced pho, but yeah.
I love that stuff.
I'm not a fan.
There you go.
I don't really like soup.
I like soup.
I don't like the cuts of meat they use. They're just too fucking nasty for me.
Good soup.
Kim,
I love the meatballs.
Kim hates that I'm not a fan of soup because she loves it.
Yeah, I love soup.
There is something magical about tomato soup and grilled cheese. There is something magical in that.
That is true.
Yes.
Or chicken noodle soup and a tuna sandwich.
Oh yeah, that's something magical with that.
Yep. Nope. Wow. Nice hair, Justin.
Yeah. I just woke up. I had to put pants on.
His hair's
Lady Pompadour.
His hair is exciting. It's standing up and waving at everybody. It's friendly.
Like literally everybody.
Have you considered
in every direction?
Have you considered a pair of shears, sir?
No.
Have you considered doing Elvis the Vegas years, sir?
Maybe.
Hunka burning love.
I gotta make my lunch.
Why in the hell are we so goofy today?
Because it's Saturday.
That's right. It is Saturday. I'm still saying you got to play Get Low at the wedding.
Nah. We're gonna do it by the numbers, and then I'll just give him shit about it later.
Do what?
He hasn't even shown me the. No. I'm going to do the wedding like he wants it instead of doing my own thing, because he hasn't even sent me the playlist yet. So I can only assume it's a bunch of normie pop. Like he said, it was a bunch of popular music, and it's like, oh god, it's a bunch of normie music, isn't it?
Oh, you're the
he
DJ
didn't respond
for
to
the
that, but
for the wedding is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, that's what I was missing.
Weird. Because it's weird. Because like I think it was like it wasn't yesterday, but the day before, and he was like, "I'm going to need your help with some of the music stuff." And I was like, "Please don't make me the DJ." He's like, "No, you won't be the DJ." And then yesterday, he's like, "Okay, we're going to need you to manage the playlist for this wedding." And I'm like, "You're making me the DJ." And then he goes, "I'm not making you the DJ." And so we go over all the instructions, and I go, "This is exactly being the DJ."
And you said, "You're definitely not being the DJ." And you said, "I'm definitely going to be the DJ." And you had that brother conversation you told us about earlier.
Yeah, exactly. It played out exactly like that.
Oh.
And then the fist fight broke out.
You know, it is brother shit. That does happen.
What was that, Hungar?
It is brother stuff. That does happen sometimes.
I want to see you and James have a fist fight now. I
No.
want to see that old man fight.
There's only one person in my entire life of troubled youth that has ever whipped my ass, and it is James.
I believe it.
James, man, that's one person you just don't want to fight.
James presents himself from the conversations I've seen and had with him as that guy who it's like, oh, it's time to punch you in the face now? Bam!
You know what? You hit the nail right on the head. You know, you just described James in his younger years. Like, you know, and yeah.
James is the older brother, right?
Yes.
Now, is there a third brother?
We've got multiple siblings. I've got siblings I've never met before. My dad had those goofy ass white shoes, disco loafers, you know, back in the day. So, yeah, I've got multiple siblings.
You got around
by how we dress.
Curtis.
Curtis, I've been looking. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You need to slip into the playlist. Meatloaf's "More Than You Deserve." That song. You should look it up.
It might already be in the playlist.
No,
it might be all.
It's not in the playlist. Trust me. But you need to slip it in there.
I was thinking if it's going to be a Meatloaf song, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
No. More Than You Deserve is about a guy walking in on his girl, sleeping with 2 of his friends.
Hungar, that's terrible because this is the 3rd woman he's proposed to, but this is the first one that's actually gone through with the wedding.
What is he just like walking around is like, you're neat, you want to get married?
No, it wasn't quite like that. But this is the third person who's tried to marry, and this is like the first time it's actually like worked out. So it's like that would be an awful song to play.
Hungar,
I hope it works out for him.
are you putting ice in a box or something?
Yes, I'm getting ice in my cup.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, some of us actually like our drinks iced. Justin, we don't just drink it out of a can like a Philistine.
Some of us like our hearing.
You know what? Fuck off.
Some of us later want to listen to that Meatloaf song.
I will do anything before love, but I
You were trying to
won't
say something
do
earlier,
that.
Yeah.
What was that? What?
You were trying to say something earlier?
Justin, I've been trying to find Magnum. I can't find it anywhere.
Magnum?
I found one torrent that was season 1, 8 gigs. I'm like, for one season? Fuck that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's a virus. That's a virus.
That can be compression.
it's just bad compression.
Yeah.
For a fucking 480p show from the 80s? Come on.
Yeah. Well, it could have been upscaled.
What the fuck are you doing?
I'm making coffee.
Talking to the cat.
No, he's talking to his cat.
Yeah.
I know. I was
trying to
being
make
silly.
coffee.
He's making the
Like,
cat.
right
do the
under my
coffee.
feet chasing something. It's not that. So I don't know what the fuck he's up to. What are you up to, buddy?
You should really teach the cat how to make coffee.
Teach the
Beans,
cat
coffee.
what?
No,
Yeah, beans, make coffee.
No, because we'll end up with urine in it.
That's fair. That's really
I
fair.
don't drink coffee, so I don't really give a that's weird.
Well, you could be a Mormon then.
Yeah, Mormonism would be easy for Justin. You don't even like coffee. And they're allowed to drink Pepsi.
I love how we've completely defined Mormonism as whether or not you like coffee.
No, it's not whether you like coffee, it's whether you're allowed coffee.
No, it's not right. It's not whether you like it, it's whether you actually drink it.
What about hot chocolate?
Hot chocolate is totally fine.
Okay, because that's the beverage I usually
Coffee's
get.
not.
Yes.
So the thing that does no benefit for your body whatsoever and is just pure sugar and calories, that's fine. The one thing that makes you more productive, more alert, and more attentive, fuck that, no.
The rule says no
moment
coffee,
you
no
put
tea. Not no hot chocolate.
Is that in the book, though? Is that in the Book of Mormon?
Yeah, not in the Book of Mormon, but it's in the Doctrine and Covenants.
What about
No.
Coca-Cola?
I win.
Also, not coffee, so fine.
So so it's not even about the caffeine; it's just coffee.
Yes.
It's just some
and
dude who didn't like coffee and tea. You know, it's like they just didn't like it. So nobody gets it.
I'm not
That does sound.
The guy probably wasn't even a Mormon. You just like said it on the street and somebody put it in the book to fuck with someone.
No.
It's stuck. You know,
Welcome to the Prophet Justin.
It was probably like some 12-year-old kid who scribbled it in one book and then they needed to copy it. They grabbed that one and didn't realize.
Kim says if you all keep this up, she's going to cut you.
Yeah,
I can at least understand
It was probably
Islam's,
her
like-
grandpa that did it.
Like I can at least understand Islam's hatred of
bring the
pork
violence.
So
because no one knew how to prepare it properly. But like, this is so backwards.
Yeah, it's not that hard to make a fucking pot of coffee.
So
Get the beans.
I've told it before. We have we don't. It's for us. It's not just the Bible and the Book of Mormon. We actually have two extra books of scripture. One is the Doctrine and Covenants. One is the Pearl of Great Price. Anyways, not getting into all of that. But
The Pearl of Great Price.
yes, it's another collection of scripture. But point being, in the Doctrine and Covenants, Joseph Smith received a revelation saying, hey, here are some good health guidelines. And we call it the Word of Wisdom. Okay. So
And you're allowed to drink Pepsi in it?
hold on. When it originally came out, it was literally, here are what we think, here are some good ideas. And then in like the 20s or 30s, it changed from here are good ideas to here are rules. So yes, coffee was even allowed to be drank up until like the 20s. So, anyways, there's your religious doctrine for the day.
Thank you, Reverend.
Elder, but
Yeah,
No, not in this
an
temple.
ordained minister, sir.
Ooh.
You know, I'm actually an ordained minister of the Universal Church of Life.
As am I. And our motto is cool with you, cool with us. That's how it works.
I did it so I could perform weddings for people.
I can too, except in Canada.
Wait, for
Anyhow.
real?
But I can in the States.
Except, except for in Canada, I just got that.
Yeah, Canada doesn't allow
You're
you
allowed to do
universal
marriages
church
except in the
ministers.
place he lives in.
Yeah.
I can live in like 18 countries around the world. Canada's not one of them.
I think you should have probably picked a better ministry to get your license from, bro.
Yo, dude, all I had to do was fill out a piece of paper and mail it to them in California. It was real easy.
I did mine online.
I was gonna say, I think now it's just
When
an
I did
online
mine,
form.
online didn't exist. That was my point.
You gotta send me the link for that, Hungar.
Look it up. Universal Life Church.
It sounds like too much work.
Yeah. Yeah. There's Justin's millennial side shining through.
There it is.
Fair enough.
Nah, I gotta look shit up on Google. Fuck that. Meh. Meh.
Barrett, why don't you open up Gemini AI and make
Nope.
some pictures for us?
No. But if you want to see some pictures, since you want to see some pictures, and you didn't like the other one, you said you don't want that to show up in any game that I run. So I was thinking then maybe instead of that one, how about I have this one show up in one of the Palladium games?
Oh yeah,
Share
Hungar
it.
has to do it.
Hungar,
There
I can see he's working on it. Oh,
Oh,
Yeah. Hey, it's
that's
my
the dude
character.
that we fought in Cody's
All right.
game.
hold on. Is he the boss or is he the minion of the other guy?
Who knows?
Uh,
Who knows?
Or maybe he's just a neutral entity that hates all life equally.
Who hates player characters equally? What? All right, someone say something because I hate these fucking awkward pauses.
I'm getting ready to show something.
Oh,
I think is hilarious.
if it's your balls, they are not hilarious.
Yeah.
well,
The German
hey,
soldiers, according to Gemini.
yeah, we've all seen it.
That is freaking great.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be fixing that. I think Gemini Google's like, we need to fix that. 'cause
Yeah,
they're getting memed hard.
Yeah, no, my understanding is that they've like completely shut down image generation on it for the
Yes,
moment.
they have. You cannot do image generation on Gemini right now.
That is funny.
But
really hard
regardless-
to shut it down since I saw that, because I know when I saw that, I opened it up and was trying all the things that they said except for that one, and I was getting it. Vikings.
But regardless, I mean, it just shows how much
It's
all
just
of
a
these
racer,
systems are just trying to
Vikings.
control everything.
I
it's
just
not, it's not AI. It's whatever this guy has decided. Okay, these are the rules that I want everyone to live by.
Yes. Oh, really? So, but you can't drink coffee. Huh.
The difference is he chooses to do that. They're choosing it for you.
No, the coffee thing was chosen for him.
Yes, but he chooses to follow
See,
it.
I win. I always win.
He could leave the faith.
Not gonna, but I could.
Still
Mid-journey.
exist.
I can use Midjourney and get 99% of what I want
Yes.
except for titties.
Yeah.
But this attitude is spreading, not
Or I can
you
go
know.
get a
I
Stable
just-
Diffusion and run it on my own computer and have all the titties I want, even when I don't want them. My friend Jess, her boyfriend works for one of these Stable Diffusion companies. and she was using it. And I asked her, should you use ours? And I'm like, okay, we're going to do this, this, this. What about titties? Does it do titties? She goes, it does titties when you don't even want them. Titties on things.
And what was that? Can you send me a link to that program?
Stable Diffusion, you need to have a computer for it.
Naturally.
Then we lost Curtis.
He was like, titties, I'm out. No,
No, it was breaking up on him when he was just talking, so probably bad connection or something. But actually, so bringing it around to games.
When he comes back.
Oh my God, games?
Bear asked for somebody to say something. So I've got the Star Wars D20 from Max Liao that I've been looking at, and it's D&D 3rd edition. I'm okay with that because that's kind of the game I have the most experience with. Actually playing. But I also own the first one from Fantasy Flight, Edge of the Empire. That's what it is. So I've always, like, in a lot of our discussions, I've talked about, oh no, I don't have any problems with the specialty dice. It's fine. And so because I've been looking at the D20 Star Wars, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take a look at Edge of the Empire.
Oh, fuck no.
And so I literally started looking at it, and oh my gosh, it broke my brain just trying to understand how do these dice work. And like, I mean, I understand how the dice work, but how you calculate and put the dice pool together, and it's like this is not intuitive. You know,
if you need more than this, you don't need to play the game.
Yeah,
you want to run DCC.
Well, but at least DCC, it's still dice. Yes, it's weird. It's like, pick a D17. Okay, I guess.
Yeah, I was looking through that, and I was like, nah, I'm not going to do no DCC.
But my point is that at least it still makes sense. Oh, just grab the one dice and roll. You know, like because part of the thing with
dice, someone's been doing.
It's die. Singular is die.
I know it is.
Oh, shut up, you freaking dice.
But that's the other thing is like I'm like the Star Wars game is basically going to be for a lot of new players, and so that's one of the things. It's like I realize that D6 is a little bit easier, but I have zero experience with it, and so it's like, you know what, can take this.
Brian, I'll teach it to you. You and I will get together. It'll take 2 hours, and you'll be a master of it. It's such an easy game, and it's so robust.
It's fine. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying this is what I'm going with.
D20 loser.
But it like
down.
The point being, I think I have been turned off of specialty dice, even though I've advocated for them in the past.
Specialty dice are for people who want to spend money that they don't have. And then 6 months later, when they need more dice, not be able to get them because they're not
sold out everywhere. And they took the mobile app off the web store. Yep.
Oh, that's right. They did have the Star Wars dice app.
Mm-hmm.
Was that in the purge where Apple's just like, oh, all of your code has to be up to date, otherwise we're going to delete the app, and so they probably just didn't go in and update the code, and so that's annoying.
Yep, it got purged. Now no one can play this game.
Nerds, join us.
No, technically people can play the game because I have looked up. I think with Asmodee's reorganization and it going over to Edge Studio, I think they've put a lot of stuff back into print. Because like I just did a search on Amazon for Star Wars RPG, and all of the stuff comes up: dice, starter sets, all of it.
Yeah.
Okay. For the D20 Star Wars or
no
for Age of the Empire.
Age of the Empire stuff.
Edge of the Empire.
The Fantasy Flight Star Wars. I forget what they call that system.
Fantasy Flight Star Wars.
Yeah, right.
The Genesis system.
You have to remember.
There's Nerd. I sent you a link on Discord if you want to jump in.
Discord.
That's not a knife. This is a knife. Whoa.
Oh, that's a nice knife.
My
Discord.
aunt made this.
Sweet.
My aunt handmade this knife for me.
Very cool.
Blade and all.
Blade, scabbard, handle, everything.
She forged the blade.
Yes.
In the fires of Mount Doom.
In the
Oh,
fires
One knife to rule
of
them all.
in the fires of her backyard in Florida.
In the fires of Doom Holler. The one that forced to kill possum, deer, owl, and pesky neighbors.
She used old leaf spring
And gators.
from old
Don't
truck.
forget the gators.
Don't forget the gators in Florida.
There ain't no hollers in Florida, son. That's
Where-
just flat.
Oh, the new thing in Florida. New thing in Florida is they've discovered now crocodile in the Everglades.
Yep, they've discovered crocodiles in the South Park, they in the south part of the Everglades, and they even have a park for them now where you can drive down and see the crocodiles that have shown up.
Actually, they're now on a kill on sight order in the Everglades.
Except in this one part where
Except
you can
in
go
that one part.
Yeah.
Because if they get a breeding pair in the Everglades, they get a foothold, they're just gonna wipe everything out.
Alligators are like, we are the kings. Hi, we're crocodiles. Oh, we're fucked. That's like the equivalent of alligator crocodile is like house cat versus bobcat. You know what I mean? It's just
Now crocodile, those guys
So
are just
did they discover them as in like they've always been there, or like
no,
they discovered them as in somebody like had an illegal zoo and just
Some
decided
idiots.
to chuck them in the
some idiot.
Into
Fucking
Florida.
moron.
Florida man has been okay. Florida's always had American crocodiles, and they're a little bit bigger than like a regular alligator, but they're not much.
No, they're seeing the Asian ones now, right?
Yeah, and now they're seeing the Nile
Crocodiles. Oh,
Nile crocodiles.
Yeah, we're talking
Loose.
like 8 to 12 feet long. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the things that just go out of their way. They wake up violent. They go to sleep violent. They're just
My
violent.
grandmother,
bear
my
and crocodile
and
form.
grandfather in the early 1940s or late 1930s or something like that, sometime around that period of time, did a boat tour of the Nile, and she told me about it. The boat ahead of them was a worker boat full of workers, and it got tipped by a fucking hippo and dumped everybody out. And she said, we just watched as people were trying to get to shore as the hippos, the crocodiles were fucking them up. And then by the time they got to the shore, there were scorpions there that they had to deal with. It was like, you know,
That just sounds horrific.
it just sounds like Pitfall, the video game in real life. You know,
Yeah.
But
What's up, nerd?
yeah, hi nerd.
Hi,
Do
nerd.
What?
what? Try that again.
I think she's fighting with her castle right now.
I think Nerd is an AI.
I could believe that, or at least a VTuber.
I don't care what she is. She did make the badass Hungar mini. So.
There you go.
That's why I think
She
she's an
outsourced
AI.
it to Fiverr because she doesn't have actual hands. AIs
Yeah.
don't have actual hands.
Frickin' hippos and now
I
crocodiles.
don't need hands. I can control the robot arms.
Robot arms.
Why
Take over the
Justin
manufacturing.
stuck in the 90s.
I already own the Ford factory. It's mine.
You want Skynet? This is how we get Skynet.
Oh my God, we're fucked. If Nerd is Skynet, we are fucked.
Yeah,
I think I'll be okay. I think she likes me a little bit.
Only until you displease
I don't
her.
believe in extermination. I do believe in entertainment, a la Squid Games, etc.
See, I think she just put me in like a case. It's like, here's a wild Hungar that I've captured.
That's exactly what she wants you to think.
Oh.
Oh, we are doomed in that point.
Now, what you gotta do is you gotta listen to the Florida State song.
I legitimately had a dream. I'm not joking. About 4 or 5 months ago, where we were doing some sort of live stream thing, but we were all in one building together. And then Nerds Nerd showed up and we could all see her and see what she looked like. And we were all like, oh my God, Nerds Nerd, we can see you. And she's like, yes. And it was the last time. And then she pulled out a gun and I woke up. And I'm not bullshitting you. This was a legit fucking dream I had, you know? It was like,
Yes, but did she look exactly like her avatar photo?
yeah, pretty much. She had blonde, big eyes. You know, that's all I remember from the dream. But it was just like she pulled out a gun and I woke up like
A 12-year-old girl.
a heavily armed 12-year-old girl.
That's fucking awesome.
Turns out she's like the daughter of Aphrodite and a nymph because she's so beautiful. She turns men into like raving idiots and that start killing each other. That's why she uses the whole avatar thing, is to keep people from killing each other just because of how beautiful she is. That's
shit out there,
No, I'm
Curtis?
so fugly. I don't want you to kill yourself after you see me.
We don't believe
that
that.
could
For
be it.
you. She'll do it for you. It's like, all right, you saw me.
I like Mr. Baker's idea. T800s modeled after Hungar.
Yeah, I don't think it was the T800, brother. I think it was like the T100, and then they upped the model.
That would just be frightening. A
You were
bunch
the
of
first
Hungars.
one. They're like, all right, this is our new Terminator. The T. Why is it eating ramen noodles? What's going on? What? It's ordering Chinese food. What the hell? Who programmed this thing?
That's the T12.
The T1.
You guys are T assholes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's why
Brian
we're all
can't,
friends.
He's not allowed T.
That, not right. That was great.
Herbal tea is fine. Deal.
Nah, you're just the one. It used to say T, but somebody crossed it out.
I will be the person who opens the first Starbucks on Kolob.
Oh.
Oh.
It's like that one comedian is like, I don't know a lot about religion, but you know what? Sometimes I lay in bed at night hoping that the Mormons are right.
Except for the coffee thing, I'm kind of like, you know what? It wouldn't be so bad if they turned out to be the right ones, I think. Now that they got over that stupid you're black because you made mistakes bullshit they did. They're pretty cool now.
I don't know that.
Oh,
It doesn't affect
Jesus.
me in any way, shape, or form.
Shut up, Justin, you fucking edgelord.
Well, I'm just saying, it doesn't affect me.
I'm still waiting for the kilted Canadian Royal Yaxman to kick Justin's door in for hate crimes.
I'm telling you, some of the shit he has said is literally illegal in our country.
No, it isn't.
Holy shit.
Yes, it is. Look up the fucking anti-hate laws, buddy. Some of the shit you said on stream, someone could file a case against you, and you would wind up in court for it.
You find a list of the things.
Me too. What?
Find a
I kind
list
of want to
the
make that
things.
report just so I can watch Justin get tased on live stream.
I know where you live.
Don't give him a list because he'll out of his way to check off each one. It's like, oh, that's a hate crime in Canada. Doing that. Like,
Oh, that is great. But you know, Bear's there with you a little bit too, man.
No,
I'm
he's
500
more
miles
there.
away from him.
No, but on the list.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm definitely on the list, but I live in Quebec where they don't fuck around. It's the one nice thing about living in Quebec.
they
These
don't.
assholes all have to pay carbon tax. I don't.
I don't
No,
have
for
The
real?
one
Oh.
upshot. Yeah, because we have a hydro system here that's it's a thing, and the federal government will not fuck with Hydro Quebec. Like, they just will not fuck, because the amount of money that you guys down south of the border pay us for our electricity is epic. So sadly,
Now-
that's why we can't have cheap hydro here. You'd think we'd be like fucking Saudi Arabia. We'd be paying like a nickel, you know, and like, we got all the electricity we could want. We can't because of the deal we made with you assholes. But the Canadian government lets Quebec get away with a lot of shit because of that, you know.
I have to agree with the nerd though that it would be funny to see Justin tased on the
Fuck, I would-
No.
oh my god! Don't
I'd
face me,
chip
bro.
in $5.
I
Oh
mean,
my God,
Justin's
I'd back
like,
that.
he would say that too.
Justin's
He
like,
would say,
no, I don't want
"Don't
to.
bro."
Justin's like, no, I don't want to see that. Everybody else on the stream's like, that would be hilarious.
I've been electrocuted a few times. It's not fun.
Now, realistically,
Myself.
I don't want you electrocuted, but I mean, like a good.
You know how
taser hit
tasers
would-
work, bro.
No. I'm saying like
Even added some throw to it. Oh my god!
realistically,
We're
it would be
living-
hilarious. Realistically, it'd be hilarious to see any of us tased on live stream.
no.
I've been tased.
I realize
No,
that
my-
yes, tasers are electricity, but at least in my head, a taser is not the same as like accidentally grabbing 220-volt line or something.
Well, yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah,
But-
the taser has safety features.
Yeah.
Right,
When,
that's
when
what
I did
I'm
when I
saying.
did my,
Yeah, like it's battery running dry.
So when
That's
you do
the
your
safety
taser
feature.
training,
No,
I don't know if you do this in
they're-
the States, but when you do your taser training in security to be able to be qualified to handle a taser, you get tased.
You have to get tased.
That's
Yes.
part of the procedure, right? Let me tell you. When I see these assholes on the news getting tased by like 4 cops and they keep going, I'm like, that is not a fucking human. What the
Well,
fuck is
they're
that?
either
That's what
high
I
or
was
really
saying.
fat.
That's what I was saying.
I really
Well,
love
it's like,
watching people get
dude,
tased.
Well,
this dude gets
tasers,
tased like 5 times, and he just keeps going. It's like that is not human. That is an
PCP.
alien.
tasers are
Yeah, no,
designed.
that or PCP.
Tasers are designed to be was it out of sync with your heartbeat or something like that, like the standard heartbeat. So you can't, you're not supposed to go into cardiac arrest when you get shocked with them. The mains are not.
And
Yeah.
You ever been hit with a cattle prod?
that's why people on PCP
Yes.
aren't affected, apparently.
Yes,
So
I've been
I-
hit with a cattle prod.
I was hit with a cattle prod one time and I was on my knees when it happened. And my buddy thought it'd be really funny to sneak up behind me as we were working on something and hit me with the cattle prod. We were kids fucking around the farm. I went from my knees to looking a 6'4" man in the eyes in one move. Just jumped that high and then hit the fucking floor. Like,
I've been hit with a cattle prod. I've peed on an electric fence, which is horrible.
Lightning in the cock is not fun.
were you just like, was it just like, welcome to Hungar's Holler Jackass. Today we're picking on the peanut electric fences.
I didn't grow up in Alamos. I grew up on a freaking ranch in Florida, dude.
I highly recommend you listen to the Florida State song, either the old or new one.
It's
All right.
like
Everyone, it has been an absolute pleasure and a wonderful way to start the morning. But Kim has told me it is time for us to go grocery shopping. So
Goodbye,
Yep.
Kim. We love you. You're the best.
Bye, Kim. We love you. Thanks for stopping
Hold on
by.
a second. Say it one more time.
We love
Bye,
you,
Kim. We love
Bye,
you.
Kim.
Bye,
Dear
Kim.
Kim, we
Love
love
you.
you.
Bye.
Keep Brian on the
Say it
straight
la-
and
say it
narrow.
louder.
Buy a strap
Bye.
on. He needs some pegging. What?
No, whoa! Hey, no! No!
She already
Kim.
shows violence today.
Kim, if you're in danger, bang some pens together.
Kim, you're a far better guest than Brian.
Damn!
Bye, everybody.
Dude just really went there.
Bye, Brian.
I can't believe you just said that he needed some begging, dude.
Who said that? That
You
was
You
nerds.
said that.
That was nerd. That wasn't me. Never.
Does sound like something I would say.
Exactly. Nerd has made an AI model of my voice by recording my podcast, and now she can make it say anything in my voice, and that's what she just did.
Check out Captain Gamer. He was struck by lightning once, and ever since then, he's been able to take something like the low-level tasing and not react.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because all your pain receptors have been burnt out, Maron. Like, come on.
Like after lightning, this is easy.
Yeah. Just a piece of advice. Always remember what hip the taser's on and what one the gun is on.
Yeah.
And remember that they seal very different and that you have to look down them before you pull the trigger. And that was an insane excuse.
Yeah. Adrenaline. That could happen.
Yeah. No. So there was a situation here in Montreal back in the 80s where a kid, Anthony Griffin Jr., was shot by the police, black kid, Haitian kid, while he escaped custody and was handcuffed, but somehow was shot in the face while running away. You understand? You get what I'm going with here? This is before
Yeah.
cop cameras. The cop that was responsible was moved to another precinct as a way to try and calm things down. My buddy used to go shooting. We used to go at the shooting range. He used to go, it's where all the cops go. And he would literally hear French Canadian cops asking for the man-shaped targets, saying, "Give me an Anthony Griffin Jr. special, please." Like, that's how they would say it to the girl at the counter when they were picking their shooting targets. There is a very unfortunate, very thick vein of racism that runs through a lot of police organizations, but not all cops.
I don't think it's just racism, because I was arrested once when I was younger. Imagine
you're a hillbilly.
And this was in Florida, and I kind of resisted a little bit.
Why?
And on the way, well, I was drunk and stoned. And on the way to the police station, the cop stopped the car and said, "If you want, we give you a head start."
So, well, what?
Give you a head start.
They said if I wanted, they'd let me loose and give me a head start.
Mm.
They wanted to fucking kill me.
Yeah.
So it's not just a race thing. It's a cop.
No, that's the other problem. So you've got a thick vein of racism running through the police, and then you've got a thick vein of power of abuse running through the police. And when those two things come together, that's where we get the nightmare scenario, and it's at its largest fucking level, right?
Yeah.
So that's a big problem, and we have to realize that's a big problem.
It's not all cops, but it's unfortunately a lot of cops.
But at the same time, it's
always the cops that get into trouble.
So was that nerd?
I was going to say, as someone who gets a lot of the benefits out of police biases, in that I've been pulled over for doing 50 to 60 miles an hour over the speed limit and just gotten a warning, I can still see that, the opposite side of it can be just as severe, right? So
Yes,
there are absolutely biases that come into play.
Absolutely. No, that pendulum swings in two directions, and then people need to understand that. Not every person who's been shot by the cops has just been minding their own business, licking an ice cream, walking down the street, trying to help orphans. Okay?
And
you need to accept that.
Not everyone who's been shot by cops have been black either. So
no, and not. But okay, the point, Justin, is not to get the white supremacy anti-black movement going. It's to say there is a problem.
And how is that statement
hang on, let me finish my fucking statement. The problem needs to be looked at on both sides and with critical eyes, not emotional ones. You making a statement like that fuels the emotional side. That's my point. You love to stir bees' nests with these little comments you make. And the problem is that when the bees' nest gets stirred up, we wind up with shit like when the BLM protests in Dallas were happening and 4 cops were shot dead. You know what I mean? We wind up with shit like that happening. So we need to fucking get all the passion out of these arguments and get into some critical fucking thinking so we can try and fix the fucking problem.
Critical thinking.
But people don't know how to do critical thinking anymore.
No, they don't.
Well, you would also have to figure out how to. You would also have to figure out how to keep the grifters out of the conversation too.
The grifters on both sides, by the way, because there are on both sides of that conversation.
Sorry, I didn't mean to imply one or the other.
No, I know. What'd you do to your? What's that? Is that your vape? Is that
yeah,
vape?
It's
looks
Keith
like
bar.
That's huge.
Lasts me a week and cost me $18. Yeah.
Wow.
The way you were holding it
Last
looked
me a
like a
week,
bottle of
cost me
glue.
It looked like you were sniffing glue.
Like the wrong kind, right? Like Elmer's, like you don't sniff that.
He's out there just eating a tube of glue. Like,
it is an unfortunate color, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll be able to become a Mennonite if you're a glue huffer. I don't know.
Probably not.
I think they might frown on that.
Probably.
just a little bit.
Yeah, like
Anyway.
I hear what you're saying, Bear. Absolutely. It's just can we set up a venue and have a persuasive enough speaker to approach the subject in a responsible way in order to tackle these issues and not have everyone lose their minds? You know what I mean?
Probably not.
Because way too many people on both sides are making hay off of this. And because they're making hay off of it, it benefits and behooves them to keep it like this so they can continue to make their fucking money and their power and their influence and what have you. So until we can find a way to stop them from making money off of this bullshit or power or influence off of this bullshit, we are never going to be able to have a serious conversation about it because they will always come in using emotional arguments to rile up the less intellectual part of their side to rally to their cause. And then that just, as they say, people are, individuals are smart, people are stupid,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. When's the last politician who ran on a policy rather than some culture war issue?
Yeah. It sucks. And I want this world to be a better place, which is why I role play, so I can escape all this bullshit.
That is a lot sooner, for what a nerd said, than the last time a politician actually went through with the policy they ran on.
That's true, too.
Who was the guy before Carter? Who was the guy before Carter?
Ford.
No, Ford ran on culture war stuff.
Nixon.
Kennedy did all right.
Yeah, he ran on environmentalist.
Nixon's the next one, before that LBJ, it's like, no, this is ever since the fucking concept of politics has existed, 99% of them run on culture bullshit and
Nixon,
not real policy.
Not Nixon. The peace guy. The guy that did this. The guy that did this.
That's Nixon.
Nixon.
That's Nixon.
Yeah, he's still the most popular president you guys have had statistically.
Kennedy was all right.
Ike was good.
Yeah.
Oh, Ike Skeleton?
Ike warned us on the way out with his fucking exit speech, and no one listened.
Mm-hmm.
Teddy kicked ass.
Still on the fucking White House webpage. What?
Teddy kicked ass.
Teddy Kennedy?
No. Roosevelt.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Oh, dude, look into that a bit more. He was a bit of a piece of shit.
Yeah, but he just still got shot and gave a speech. He was an American. It was like he has an American attitude. I don't give a shit. Shoot me. I'm still gonna do it.
Yeah. You can be a badass and a shitheel. They are not exclusive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, just ask Rutger Howard.
Okay, we're not going to talk bad about Rutger Hauer.
Ever.
Okay.
We don't talk about Rutger Hauer. We don't speak ill of him.
Justin is having a Rutger Hauer party.
Well,
He is.
I meant the characters he played. My bad. I did not mean to besmirch his character.
Right.
My vape only takes 2 batteries.
Yeah, man.
My vape's rechargeable.
You
So
know
is
what
mine.
the characters Rutger Hauer played? He played that robot that was in that thing, that other robot that was in that thing, that other robot
Serial
that
killer
was
in The Hitcher, the blind swordsman in Blind Fury, the leader of a medieval
That's
raiding
not a
party
joke.
in Flesh and Blood. And I'll fucking fight you on this hill. Rutger Hauer's
He played the priest in Sin City.
That's right, he did. Yeah, I forgot about
He
that.
had the most beautiful voice. He only sang.
good. Sin City will be on my list when I get around to having.
You've never
Rutger
seen
Hauer.
Sin City?
No, I've seen it. I saw it in theaters, but it'll be on my list when I get around to having that Rutger Hauer marathon.
It's gonna be hard to watch that movies with that man guy's fucking you in the ass, though.
Bear.
Okay, sorry.
Do you not?
I went too far. I apologize.
Have you never had a marathon? Or like just
Not as far as
Not
those
with
6
that many
guys.
dudes, no.
Oh, Jesus,
six?
nerd.
Just 6? What the fuck?
What did she say?
She said 6 guys, and I replied just 6.
Nerd said,
You think Rutger Hauer's only been in 6 films?
nerd, say what you said again.
Yeah, you said you went too far, and I said you didn't go as far as those 6 guys, Dan.
Dun, 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 dun.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Is this what happens when you go longer than an hour? People just.
This is what happens when people are trying to do laundry and you guilt them into being your friends.
To be your friends.
I'm so hungry. I just want to go eat my fucking noodles. But
Well, I'm thinking about ending the stream anyway. We've been going 2 hours.
Wow,
I
man.
got
Yeah.
noodles myself. I got some of those same kind of noodles.
Yeah, I've got some shin ramen in the kitchen too.
Yeah. I got both shin ramen and shit ramen. I haven't decided what one to go with yet. Shit ramen being the crap from the dollar store.
No, shin ramen is the one to go.
Mr. Noodle? Was that the one you got at the dollar store? Mr. Noodle?
No.
Ichiban noodle?
Hey, speaking of ramen,
Maruchan.
This one.
Oh God, that looks disgusting.
Yeah, but they're 36 cents a pack.
I'm actually wearing a freaking ramen shirt.
Yeah.
They probably make more money off the shirt than the ramen.
Oh no, Maruchan.
You know-
Maruchan's good ramen.
Yeah,
Okay.
Top Ramen, a truck hauling Top Ramen wrecked not long ago on the highway, and they lost like 47 cents.
Hey, Frank Laban.
All right, everybody. Thanks for coming on, putting up with our bullshit. Thanks for being on the show, everybody. Nerds, always great to see you. I haven't seen enough of you lately. Curtis, always great to see you. Justin, I see you.
Always a pleasure.
Go ahead.
Bear?
I feel it, bro.
Go ahead. Get it out of your system.
Bear, peace, love, and chicken grease, everybody. Like, subscribe, share. Subscribe to everybody else's shit too. I had fun
Good.
for a rando Saturday stream. Now I think I'll take a nap.
I'm gonna have some ramen.
I got shit to do.
Me
And
too.
I gotta be
take
serious
a-
for the next 4 hours.
You got
I gotta
fucking
take a
press
nap.
Pause. You got to press pause. Volume up. Oh yeah, you got an awesome day ahead of you, buddy.
Yeah. Mhm.
Seriously, slip that one Meatloaf song in there.
No.
Macarena. Macarena. That's
More
your
than
day,
you
bro.
deserve.
You gotta stick in Get Low by
Oh no, wait. Where are you?
Yeah.
What state are you in right now?
West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Mountain
Don't
Mama.
kill my heart, my achy breaky heart. That's what your day's got ahead of you, buddy.
You gotta
Yup.
slip in Take Me Home Country Roads because it's singing about West Virginia.
You know they didn't make that
Probably.
their state anthem until 2007.
Because they're stupid.
It was something else before that.
Did they have to wait for Bob Denver to die or Glenn
No,
Campbell to
no.
die or something? But
It's
No,
Bob Denver.
was it Bob Denver? I thought it was Glenn Campbell. Okay.
No, Glenn Campbell was in the
Campbell
Eagles.
wrote. They have another. They have a song. He does another song for another state. It's like Night Party or something like that.
What state?
All right, everybody.
Nevada.
You good.
See ya.
man.